بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في كلامه المجيد لقد لبثت فيكم عمرا. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his message is not only for a certain region or time period. His message is for the entire world, and it is valid till the end of time. And therefore, it is un-Islamic to even allow doubt to penetrate into your heart that there is a possibility for a Nabi to come after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. One who has this doubt, man shakka fi hada, one who has doubt in this regard, faqad kafara, he is out of Islam. Why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's message, his da'wah and his risala, his nubuwwah is for all time and for all places. There is a hikmah, a great wisdom, why Allah Azza wa Jal chose just from. Some ulama said that if you look at the Jaziratul Arab, Arabian Peninsula, it is surrounded by the place where Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam started his da'wah from. Some ulama said that if you look at the Jaziratul Arab, Arabian Peninsula, it is surrounded by water, ocean from three sides and land from the fourth side. It's just like a heart in a human body. So Jaziratul Arab, Arabian Peninsula is the heart of this world. And that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sent there. Another reason is, and I think it is a stronger reason, that the people of Arabian Peninsula were deeply involved in what is called al-Jahl al-Basit. Jahl means ignorance, and al-Basit means simple ignorance. Contrary to what is called al-Jahl al-Murakkab. Al-Jahl al-Murakkab means compound ignorance. So that entire era, that entire period is known as the time of Jahiliyyah. It means the people in Persia, the people in Rome, and other parts of the world, they were also involved in jahala, in ignorance, but their ignorance was compound. It means that they claimed to be educated. They claimed to be well-mannered. They claimed that they knew philosophy, Greek philosophy, and in Romans there were many philosophers and mathematicians. So they claimed all these different claims, but yet they did not know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They did not know the divine message of Allah Azza wa Jalla. So despite of having knowledge, they didn't know anything. This is called al-Jahl al-Murakkab, the compound ignorance. When you come to Arabian Peninsula, their jahala and ignorance was simple. They don't know anything. They did not know anything. No mathematics, no philosophy. Working in al-Jahl al-Murakkab. From this angle, if you see, it is easier to work there. But from the other angle, these people, who are, it is easier to work there. But from the other angle, these people who are involved in al-Jahl al-Basit, the simple ignorance, they are also straightforward. A greater level of loyalty. Once they accept your message, they will become yours. And they will adopt that message, and they will make sure that they deliver the message to others. Those people who are involved in al-Jahl al-Murakkab, the compound one, the level of their companions, and that's the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose the people of Arabian Peninsula to be the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And as a proof of his nubuwwah, as a proof of his risala, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam presented his own life. He has miracles. Yes, Shaqqul Qamar happened. Many other miracles became visible to the people of Makkah and Medina. But the first and the most important daleel and argument that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam presented, and the Quran mentions that, is لَقَدْ لَبِثْتُ فِيكُمْ عُمْرًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Hey Muhammad, say to those people that I have lived all my life among you. You know everything about me. I am as-sadiq and I am al-amin, the most truthful and the most trustworthy. How can I lie? How can I betray you? If you know me from my childhood, then how can I just out of sudden come out of nowhere and misguide you? That is impossible. My entire life is on my claim." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions this claim in the Quran. And we all know, it is very easy to be a hero when you go outside. When you go to a different country and you mention your achievements to them, I am this and that and I have done these, and you count all your success and your achievements. It's possible that people adopt that, people understand that. But it's so difficult to be a hero among your own people because they know you from your childhood, you in and out. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before he became a Nabi, he was a hero among his own people. He was not only a hero for outsiders, he was a hero for the people of Makkah, for the mushrikeen, before Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam started presenting his da'wah. And that's why started presenting his da'wah. And that's why Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he chose the most difficult, which is ad-da'watu ila tawheed, calling people to the oneness of Allah. Look, if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam wanted power was people of Makkah once gathered and they invited Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to talk about the situation. Because the entire city of Makkah was disturbed. So they offered Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said, "Oh Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you want power, then we all agree that you are our leader from today. If you want women, then choose any woman from Makkah, from the entire Arabian Peninsula, the most beautiful woman, and we will make sure that she gets married to you. If you want money, then let us know. We will gather all our wealth and we'll give it to you. What do you want? Let us know." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had the opportunity to be the strongest man, the most powerful person of the Arabian Peninsula. He had the opportunity to become the wealthiest person of that area. But Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam refused all of that. He said that if you give me in my right hand the sun and my left hand, stop saying whatever I am saying. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam did not want power. He did not want, this region was deprived of the major worldly resources, didn't have water, didn't have good, healthy resources, didn't have water, didn't have good economy. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam wanted to gather people in the name of better lifestyle, in the name of economic boom, in the name of that can fight against Rome and Persia, people would definitely answer to his call. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam did not use any of these slogans. He says, "La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah," which has nothing to do with power, which has nothing to do with wealth and women. So this was the revolution that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam caused 1400 years ago. Sayyidah Aisha radiyallahu anha rightly said that فُتِحَ الْمَدِينَةُ بِالْأَخْلَاقِ. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam went to Medina, migrated from Makkah to Medina, so how did he establish his Medina society or the Medina state there? It was not with the help of sword. It was with the help of his character, his morality. فُتِحَتْ الْمَدِينَةُ Medina was conquered by the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam went back to Makkah, 10 years after his stay 8 years after his stay in Medina, when he went back to Makkah and he conquered the city, the way how he was entering the city of Makkah is beyond imagination, because a worldly leader could never do that. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was on his camel, and his chain was touching the neck of the camel, as if he was in the sajda position. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saying that La ilaha illallah wahdah, nasara abdah, wa hazam al-ahzaba wahdah. He was not himself. He wasn't saying, look at my army, and today we're coming back victorious. He wasn't saying any of that. He was saying, La ilaha illallah wahdah. And then nasara abdah, who helped his slave. He gave all the credit to his master, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who helped the slave. Wa hazam al-ahzaba wahdah. And he is the one who defeated all the army. The army of the enemy. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not take any credit on that special moment when he was entering the city of Makkah victoriously. So that is his akhlaq. And how can we forget the story of Uthman ibn Talha radiyallahu anhu, when Uthman ibn Talha was waiting outside of the Kaaba and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was praying along with his companions inside the Kaaba on the occasion of Makkah, and many companions were thinking, Umar radiallahu anhu was there, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu was there, Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu was there, Ali radiallahu anhu was there, and many senior companions were there. They were thinking, today is a special moment. It is possible that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam calls one of us and he gives us the key of the Kaaba, because we are close to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have sacrificed for this deen for the last 13 years. For last 20 years. So it is possible that today is our day. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam chooses one of us. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals this ayah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ أَن تُؤَدُّوا الْأَمَانَاتِ إِلَى أَهْلِهَا. That indeed Allah commands you that you render the trust to whom it belongs. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam comes out of the Kaaba and he calls Uthman ibn Talha. Uthman ibn Talha, his family, they had the key of the Kaaba. And once, before Rasulullah's migration to Medina, Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam wanted to enter the Kaaba to offer salah. It was the same Uthman ibn Talha who came to Rasulullah and he said, "Oh Muhammad, this is not the place of your worship. You are not allowed to get in." And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Uthman, that day soon came. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was the decision maker. But Allah Azza wa Jalla told him to return the key to same person, Uthman ibn Talha. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam comes out and he calls Uthman ibn Talha and he said, "Do you remember that day when you stopped me from entering the Kaaba? And I was standing where you are standing today and you were standing where I am standing? But it is by the mercy and the grace of Allah, Allah commanded me to give the key back to you, and this key will stay in your family till the day of judgment." The key is still in his family, among his offspring. So that is the beauty of Islam and the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam was any worldly leader, then those companions who were close to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Abu Bakr was any worldly leader, then those companions who were close to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, and Abdullah bin Mas'ud and other, Bilal radiallahu anhu, one of them would get the chance to get the key, because it was one of the greatest positions for a family that it holds the key of the Kaaba. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam returned the key to the family of Uthman ibn Talha radiallahu anhu. The revolution that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought, it was the most efficient and most successful revolution. I mean, we talked about the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution. You know how many people were killed in the French Revolution? 2.4 million people lost their life. It's not that long ago, a few hundred years ago. Russian Revolution took life of 4 million people. But when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam caused revolution, the best and the greatest revolution in the history of mankind, only 1,000 people lost their life in 29 battles that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam participated. And these 1,000 people, victims or casualties from both sides, Muslims and non-Muslims. And among these 1,000 people, 600 Jews who were killed qisasan as a death penalty after the battle of Qurayza. So only 400 people were killed in all the battles that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam participated, and he participated only in 29 ghazawat. Now compare that revolution with the French and Russian revolutions and American revolutions, all the worldly revolutions that took place over the history of time. So this is how we compare. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's revolution was the most successful one. Nobody can claim that French revolution is the biggest failure of all time. What's the most successful? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's revolution. He says, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, "Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum, wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati, wa raditu lakum al-Islam deena." Today I have perfected your deen for you. So it was the most perfect example, as well as the most perfect system that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam provided to the ummah. And on the occasion of Hajjatul Wada, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave a speech, and he said, Allahumma ashhad, Allahumma ashhad, oh Allah, be my witness, oh Allah, be my witness. What was why he was testifying, why he was asking Allah to be his witness? The message of Allah successfully, and he was seeing the ocean of 120,000 plus people in front of him. He was addressing that day, and it was made possible only in 23 years. I mean, it's not possible to cause the most successful revolution of all time only in this limited time. 13 years, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam stayed in Makkah, being oppressed. He had no opportunity to freely give da'wah. But when he came to Medina, it took him only 8 years to go back to Makkah with victory. So his mission and his message and his da'wah became successful only in 8 years. After, on the 9th and the 10th year, there were more than 100. And not only that, his revolution required the least resources. I mean, look at the history of the Battle of Badr. How many Muslims were there? Only 313. How many weapons they had? They had only 8 swords and 6 armors, 70 horses, 70 camels, and 2 horses. So 313 soldiers, 2 horses, 70 camels. It means majority of the soldiers didn't have any right. And it was 170 kilometers away from Medina Munawwara, the Battle of Badr. So these 313 soldiers fought with 2 swords and only few armors. So these little resources they had, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came out of the battle and the biggest success. These are the key features of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's revolution. Now after this successful revolution, do we need any other to say, well, you know what? Rasulullah's revolution is no more, and now you have to accept my message. Or Rasulullah's message has been expired, or it's outdated, it is no more irrelevant. Now you need to understand or get the guidance of Allah through me. If someone comes like that, you must reject him. And if you even think about it, even if you think, let me just consider this person's da'wah. Let's see what he's saying. And you allow shaitan to put that doubt in your heart. Make sure and you must know that you are on the verge of losing your iman. And usually those people who just allow themselves to listen to these artificial da'is who call people to Qadianism or whatever they call Ahmadism or all other different religions, even if you allow them to speak to you and you allow yourself to listen to them for the sake of the argument, and you think, let me talk to them, and you don't have speak to you and you allow yourself to listen to them for the sake of the argument, and you think, let me talk the authenticity of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's risala, then you're on the verge of losing your iman. So do not play with this. It's not play with this. It's the most valuable asset that we all have. And if we have money, we don't put it on the street. If we have wealth or gold or silver, we don't keep our doors open. We put them in a safe area so that no thief can come and take it. In our safest place, which is our heart. And it should not be exposed to those fake da'is who come and they talk to you and they preach their Muslim's deen, which is the most successful revolution, and it is relevant till the end of time. I make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our iman, and I make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to follow the Quran and Sunnah, which is the most successful revolution, and it is relevant till the end of time. I make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our iman, and I make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to follow